My loves, good afternoon. It's delightful to see you again. One might even go as far to say, dreamy. I'll go. Yes, folks, we're back today with another chocolate review. It's been a couple of weeks since we filmed one, so I'm very happy to say we have something, obviously, I've never tried before, but something that I think is relatively new to the UK also. Why? Because it's neither for nor from the UK. Today we are talking for the first time in a while about a Cadbury product, more specifically Cadbury Dream, the white chocolate that from the UK just disappeared, never to come back until in the form of Australian, New Zealand, South African exports. Why we don't just make it ourselves anymore, I don't know, but I'm also one of these people who's of the opinion that the Australian version really might actually be better. Today we are going to be talking about this version here that actually has little raspberry flavoured candy pieces inside, which, very exciting. I think they were either from B&M or Home Bargains. I can't actually remember. 10 out of 10 reviewing as always. What are we expecting from these? We're expecting them to be white chocolate bites with raspberry flavour candy chips. Mostly sugar, followed by milk solids, cocoa butter, and then the little raspberry candies, some flavourings, some vegetable oil, and some other things we don't love to see in there, but if they're good, we might be able to justify it. So it's a 130-gram bag. It feels like it's one of those ones that's kind of half empty. As you can see, it's mostly air on the top and the actual product is back here at the bottom. But let's get into it and just see how it is, shall we? You may be able to see, don't know how well this camera is going to focus because it always likes to kind of make things up as it goes along. You may be able to see that the bag is half empty, as kind of expected. It's fine. That's the way of the world. You could argue it's for the sake of packaging, for the sake of saving money, just make it a smaller bag. Don't get my hopes up. They've been shattered enough times this year already. And when we take them out, this is kind of what they look like. The design on the front, I'm really not sure about. It's like a little smudge with a bit on the end. It's like a little smudge thing. It's like what chefs do on plates with sauces or creams with a little kind of smudge on it. I don't really know why. It's got kind of rugged edges, obviously because it's in a bag unwrapped with other ones, so they've all kind of bashed around a little. But you can see popping through a couple of those little kind of pink raspberry pieces. I'm hoping there's going to be a sourness to the raspberry and it's not just going to be like aggressive Haribo sweetness. But let's get into it, see how it is. Oh, it's aggressive. While aggressive is not always a negative trait, it is when we're talking about the raspberry flavoured candy chips. I feel like I'm eating a candle, like I'm eating hand cream, like I'm eating scented lip gloss. It's not the first time that I've seen this kind of super, super sweet combination together. There's a couple of the Australian Cadbury bars, especially the big ones, like the pineapple one and the one that has 5 different flavours in it, forgive me, I can't remember the name right now, that are wildly sweet, violently sugary. Like, it tastes like you have a chocolate bar and also a bag of normal sweets in your mouth at the same time, which some people, understandably, are into. I am a sweet tooth, by all means. 2 of those is too much. I'm not saying 2 of those is enough, 2 of those is too much. It's like bubblegum and white chocolate at the same time, or like I said, Haribo sweets. It's way too much, and it's ruining both the chocolate and the actual sweet part. The chocolate is basically a texture. The white chocolate is just a vaguely creamy vehicle for these aggressively sugary pieces of stuff. I was really hoping that they would have more crunch than sticky chewiness, and I was hoping even more that there would be sourness there. Mostly because a raspberry is a sour fruit. In the same way that if I'm having something lemony, I want a little bit of acidity there because it's like the defining feature of lemon. It has its own flavour thanks to the oils in the skin, etc, etc, but it's sour. A raspberry, likewise, is sour. If you put one in your mouth, all the saliva arrives all at the same time. It's a traffic jam of saliva because of the acidity. And then you get the lovely burst of flavour and a little bit of sweetness on the end. This I would have hoped not to mimic an actual raspberry because that would be asking for far too much, but for it to at least have that kind of tang, a little bit, a little bit, ooh, you know, a little bit of excitement on the palate. Instead, it's like a drumstick lolly raspberry flavor. There's no sourness whatsoever. It's sticky, berry flavored bits. They don't offer much crunch. They don't offer much contrast. It's just sweet on sweet. Like, it feels like the kind of thing you would have one to give to a child, and it should be the size of like a singular chocolate button. It's that sugary. These big chunks like that, it is not pleasant, because the Dream quite naturally is quite a chalky white chocolate because of the quantity of milk solids that they have in there, the quantity of sugar they have in there. To have that coupled with that kind of like chewy sweetness is, I don't know. And I'm not just saying it because it doesn't fit to my personal taste. It's because it's not giving raspberry whatsoever. And the sweetness of the little raspberry bits is so strong, it's not giving much Dream either. It tastes like generic supermarket white chocolate with some wee bits of sugary stuff in it. The flavors are fighting with each other, but neither of them are winning. The chalky creamy vibes with sticky crispy vibes, to me personally, as a white chocolate lover, as a raspberry lover, and as someone who isn't a snob with these things or these flavors either, this is missing both of those marks and is therefore a 1 out of 5. I'm very sorry, folks, to bring you such tragic news and to make this such a tragic day, but truly, if you're gonna be buying something, you want it to taste like what it says it is. And this is just one of those that doesn't. Of course, it's only a couple of pounds at the most. It's not like you're going to be wasting lots and lots of money to taste these, but truly save those hard-earned pennies and spend them on something else. Let me know if you guys have tried these. Let me know if you think I'm being too harsh or if you think these are for you. Truly, I think they could have been done much better on the same budget. But that's all I have time for today. Thank you as always, always, always for watching, and I will see you for the next one.